Hey, not doing a very good job here, did I? Trying to make it all smooth, but we've moved this audio board now, so it's hard for me sometimes to like board op.
You can move it back.
I probably could.
They said we moved it for just in case I wanted to do any of that, and I said it's all right.
No, it's okay.
I'll let Jeff do that.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, Cash, right? We're Cash, kind of.
I was
kind of Cash. Like you got the thing on.
I left on Friday, and I said, "So what's the deal? Are we going to be Cash or kind of Cash or what?" And you said kind of Cash.
I forgot what I said. Kind of Cash.
So I said, I don't know what that means.
It's kind of Cash. This is kind of Cash. Quarter zip.
QZ.
Yeah, I've had this for like 10 years.
It
looks like it, doesn't it?
No, that is the quarter zip that when you come in and you say, "Oh, I have a meeting before," that's the QZ that you wear.
I wear it all the time. This is like, anytime I need to like wear something with like a dress pant, I'd wear this. Anyway,
this is the one.
After Hours, a little special edition here on this Super Bowl Sunday.
Woo woo.
And we've got about half an hour with you. And, of course, it's the community cast, so welcome in. And we're here to kind of share this with you the next half hour. We're going to talk about a few things. One is football memories.
Yes.
Like just moments in your life where maybe there was and it didn't necessarily have to be an NFL game. Could be a Super Bowl. Could be maybe a big college game. And then also I thought we would talk about Super Bowl party do's and don'ts.
Yes.
Like, sort of like party fouls if you are throwing a party and if you are attending a party. And we were going to pick your brain on that because I know all of you have like all of these wonderful experiences that we love to share here and like talk about. So,
So chime in right now so we can read those comments.
Yes, chime in because we only got half hour. But I will say this at halftime of the show tonight, if you want to dive into the game, kind of the X's and O's, Asia and Michael Amami will be doing a special double coverage live on Facebook, also on KSN Plus, and you can chime in. And they'll be talking exclusively about the first half.
Yes.
Sort of their take on, game stuff. I know a lot of people that watch the Super Bowl. This is interesting because it is really more pop culture than it is sports.
Oh, between the commercials and who's there. And
So you have millions of people watching that don't know anything about football and could care less, and that's okay. They're there for the experience because it's one of those things a lot of people maybe get FOMO.
Yes,
where
they have to watch.
They're like, well, I don't want to miss if something happens. Like you remember Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake and that whole debacle, that halftime show many years ago, the famous wardrobe malfunction. You want me to get really specific?
Welcome to After Hours.
Google it.
No, not on your work computer.
No, absolutely on your work computer. But you don't want to miss, like, if something happens that is that's going to be talked about for the next week or two.
Yeah.
You want to be able to. A lot of people want to make sure they can contribute to that conversation at the workplace. It's like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? So, that's why this day is such it really is it's interesting because it's not really, to me, a sports fans day, even though sports fans do love it. It's more like it's a huge.
Robin said on Facebook, worlds collide. And I think that's what it is. It transcends all of the things. Yeah. And it is, if you didn't watch that night, at least now you can Google it. But 20 years ago,
you couldn't.
Yeah, you had to watch it in real time.
And you couldn't go online and see the commercials. Like now you can go to YouTube or you could watch all the commercials now. But back then, if you weren't watching the game at that particular time, and you missed, and then you'd go to work and someone would say, "Oh, did you see the puppy commercial?" And you're like, "I mean, no, I didn't. When was it? Oh, it was right after halftime." And you're like, man, I missed it.
I kind of forgot, though, that's how people would say, oh, it was in the third quarter, and it was so great, and it was right after the Shaq commercial.
Yeah.
And, like, or like, even Radio Shack, of, like, I think about businesses that had these, like, crazy Super Bowl commercials, and now some of them aren't even in business.
No, they're not. No, that's too bad. So, first, did you want to talk? It's like, first, I will tell you the first time I was ever made aware of the Super Bowl. I remember the first Super Bowl that I was able to watch, and it was a big deal. And I'll tell you what, it was 1985.
Wow.
The Chicago Bears, 1985. And I was 9 years old in 1985, and not a football fan.
1985.
1985.
Okay, cool.
What did you say?
Cool. At first, I was like, that's cool because I was alive then. But now I'm like, I was not alive in 85.
You were
that's
not
cool.
alive in 85.
I wasn't even a thought in 85. That's cool.
So I remember vividly, my family they were not football fans. We weren't Super Bowl football people. But the Super Bowl Shuffle came out, which is a song that the Chicago Bears produced. And all of the players, they did a special music video called the Super Bowl Shuffle. And as a kid, I was just, they had the Super Bowl Shuffle. They had William the Refrigerator Perry. You know, his nickname was the Refrigerator because it was so big. And when you're 9 years old and you see the music video and there's this guy, he's as big as a refrigerator, and you just...
Well, at 9, everyone's big to you.
That's true, but he was extra. He was larger than life, right?
Extra large, yeah.
And that was the first. To this day, it is the Super Bowl that I remember more than any Super Bowl.
Do you remember who won?
The Chicago Bears won. Yeah, it
was that the year he was in the vest?
Yes, and they played the Patriots, and it was a blowout.
Yeah.
And they just auctioned off. They're auctioning off Mike Ditka's vest that he wore during the Super Bowl. But to this day, I still remember that as the most important football memory of my life was that Super Bowl, and that whole build up to that with the Super Bowl Shuffle and all of that. So I
like that as a 9-year-old and that memory.
It's burned into my brain.
I'm curious if anybody else has, like, you remember your first Super Bowl or like an important moment like that. I would always watch it with my mom. I don't know that I can sit there and say, hey, I was 12 or whatever. Right. But I remember, like, growing up and, like, I think there were some times where I realized, like, oh, this is, like, the Super Bowl's a big deal. But I like that you at 9 years old have this moment of, like, recognizing this is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would venture to guess that a lot of you watching, if you were around in 85, you're familiar with that Super Bowl and all the people all the characters. That was the other thing about that. It was really the first time with that whole Super Bowl Shuffle where, at least in my lifetime, and obviously the first, but they created, marketing-wise, they were able to create these characters, you know, and it was Refrigerator Perry and the Punky QB, and I mean, it just had and they had this incredible defense, but they built these individuals up as like comic book characters, really, and so that just drew me in.
Yeah.
And it still holds up. That Super Bowl and that victory and all of it still holds up to this very day, in my opinion, as one of the best. The game was a blowout, so take the game away from it for just a bit. But the build-up and the fanfare and all of the pomp and circumstance, like that to me was like really the first year when everything came together and it became like must-see TV.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to see, it wasn't that you wanted to see the football game, you wanted to see these characters that you started to like. Like, I want to see Refrigerator, I want to see Mike Singletary, and you just have, so anyway, that's my
It's funny that you say that because we had kind of talked about, right, what are we going to talk about? Your football memory is the same reason why I love football. And I love football because I think it's an opportunity to have community. And we talked about, we're going to talk about Super Bowl memories. And I said, well, what about football memories? And I sit there and I have so many football memories. And I remember being in high school and I loved football because I can look back now and see what we wanted to create, but an opportunity for everybody to be involved and everybody to be welcome and everybody to be a part of it. And we would have spirit days. And so I was in charge of like amping up the spirit days.
Show me.
I went all out because the mindset was if I want other people to dress up, I have to be willing to go all out.
Let's go.
One year, and we had spirit days like every Friday. So one year it was camo. So I went all out in the camo.
By the way, I have not seen these photos yet.
No, but
I can't see you. I see your face.
Exactly, but you can't see anything else.
No, I mean you're totally camoed in there.
Camo. One year we went as like the zoo.
Okay.
And I think that was the same night. I think I went as that in the day, and then I changed into that at night. My cousin's wedding was the next day, and I remember like trying to like get the back comb out of my hair, and that was a mess. But football was always, we won state our freshman year, and so it was always this like opportunity to have community.
Were you putting your mouth on the trophy?
Absolutely. After everybody touched it.
Was that around the same time that you got that red cup and washed it in the bar? Is that around the same time?
No.
Okay.
But that's like, I look back and like all of these memories of
that
like.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Then it was ASU.
I see you, right?
Yeah.
Right
Here's the kicker.
Right
I have a flag. I did not walk into the stadium with that flag, and I know none of those people. So I think that's part.
You don't know any of those people.
No, my cousin's like on the right, but the point is like.
It brings you together.
It brings you together. Yeah. I love football because that's what football can do.
Right. Especially on the college campus.
Oh, yeah.
It is. And it is a community. It draws fans in, and then they kind of like, it's just like a good tailgate. I mean, all of those fans.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter. It's like for that particular day, it doesn't matter. You're,
it doesn't matter anything.
Anything doesn't matter.
Your beliefs, how you grew up.
You're all the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And that's what I love about the Super Bowl of these are not our teams, but I'm going to watch. And I know Christine, who usually is on the community cast, she lives in Kansas, but she's from Seattle. She's going to root for the Seahawks. Doug, who's always on, he's going Dallas. They're not even playing, but he's going to be rooting for Dallas.
Go Dallas.
So it's just fun.
Well, share some of your football memories if you can here. Again, we're only on for half an hour today. But the other thing I was thinking about was Super Bowl parties. Some of the things, the do's and don'ts. So, like, I'm just going to throw this out real quick. If you are invited to a Super Bowl party and it is hosted by someone who is a diehard fan of the team that's playing in the Super Bowl, okay? I'm saying, like, if you're going to Ted's house and Ted is diehard Seahawks fan, right? And lives, eats, breathes it. I think it's a no-no to show up in a Patriots jersey. Now, I'm not saying you have to root for the team that the host is for, but I think you have to show some respect. If they are opening their home to you to share that moment.
Here would be my question.
I don't think you have to cheer for the team that they're support, but I think it's a no-no to go in and be an obnoxious anti-fan and then gloat when, say, that team isn't doing well. Does that make sense?
Say that's all the time. Like, don't be an obnoxious fan.
I agree, but on occasion, I'm not saying it's right, but on occasion, some people would, if it's just a regular party. But I still don't think you should do that.
I've got a different question.
What's that?
We are in a studio, and we're hearing some of our audio go off. Okay, cool. Here's the opposite. I was in Lubbock at a Tech game. Okay. And they were playing ASU. So, of course, I'm there representing ASU. I had graduated. And the people behind us, ASU was terrible. And we were just not doing well. And finally, it wasn't even a touchdown. It was like a field goal or something. And they said, oh, my gosh, you got some points. And they were so genuine. They were not trying to be mean. And I was like, hey, man, I don't need your pity. Good job. Don't talk to me right now.
I think if you're in a stadium, it's different.
Okay,
but I'm saying at a party, like if it's the host of the party. Yeah. The other thing is, and we've talked about this, is you don't go to a Super Bowl party empty-handed.
Yes.
If you are invited to a Super Bowl party at somebody's house, bring something. And whether it's your go-to, which is utensils, cool, but bring something.
Yeah.
Don't show up empty-handed.
Yeah.
Like, that's critical. I think it's a Super Bowl party foul if
Karina said be quiet, but she's coming to fix the audio for us.
Okay, no, I'll be quiet.
Thanks, Karina. Even though she just said don't say anything.
Bring Karina in here.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. And then I would also say the other Super Bowl party foul would be if you are not a fan and you show up and you start taking control of, say, the television or the music. Like, I've seen people come into a Super Bowl party and it's not their house and they'll mute the TV and play music.
Yeah.
Don't do that. The host of the party has complete autonomous control over all tech mechanisms inside the house.
Agreed.
And you just have to live with it.
What if the host is like, meh, I'm not watching the Super Bowl anymore?
I think, I still don't think you would, unless they directly ask you to play music. But it's just anything. If you're having a party, and everybody's got that friend that shows up to a party, whether it's a Super Bowl party or not, or a house party, and they hijack the music, instantly. I think that's a no-no. I think that you would have to be respectful and ask if you can take over the music and be okay. Some people just take over the music.
I would say I 100% agree. A party foul, not just Super Bowl party foul.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And go ahead.
I'm going to read through some of the comments too.
Some comments.
Especially because we're on a tight sketch. Exactly. Kelsey said, "Where is the hat, cousin Kelsey?"
Yeah, sorry, I had to do the hair.
Couldn't mess up the hair.
I didn't want to do the hair again.
26-year-old Olivia, hi Jeff and Julia. Jennifer's on. She said Ryan said hello. Hi Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
Robin was talking about the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Not Safe for Work. Jacob is remembering Celine Dion performed in 2003. I
remember the Prince halftime show in the rain. That was pretty doggone good.
Yeah. What about Michael Jackson?
His was okay. It was okay.
I have watched it,
where
obviously.
He comes in, where he shoots up.
And the music is...
Yeah, it's outstanding. He's a great performer. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's like the most iconic.
I couldn't pick one because I don't typically watch the halftime shows.
Really?
Not because it's just like normally in a Super Bowl party or you're out.
That's like the bathroom
That's
break.
when you're
I
talking
agree
to
with that.
friends, and it's like it's hard to like sit down there and for me to like and this day and age, I'm kind of like I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah.
Like I'll get the highlights.
I'll get
of
it
the
later.
halftime show. Yeah, I'll be all right.
Okay, I want to know if Danny just commented and said, I watched the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl in 1967 with the
cool.
Chiefs. Now, here's the thing. And he said, and they won it the first time, too. So my question, like, that sets you off on, like, the Chiefs have had an interesting run at things. So I'm like, oh, that's a great time to be a fan. And then you go through, like, a really long drought, and then you're back again.
But patience pays off. See, everything
pays
comes back
off.
The other thing that's interesting I thought about is what kind of food to not serve at a Super Bowl party.
I don't know, but would you
Sushi.
do? Whoa! What do you have against sushi?
Hold on, it's not it's not food that you don't like that you wouldn't. I'm just saying what is not a typical appropriate Super Bowl party dish. I would say sushi, and here's why. You need refrigeration.
No, it's a finger food.
You need refrigeration.
That's a finger food.
But
you can leave it on the counter.
You need refrigeration.
You don't need it.
You can't let sushi stand out. I mean, I think it used to be pizza.
Could you let mini hot dogs stand out?
If they're in a
no, not a crock pot. They're just out.
I would refrigerate those. But I'm just saying, like Indian food, for example, I wouldn't serve that at a Super Bowl party. But I like Indian food. Never had it, but I probably like it. Secondly, foods that used to be big at Super Bowl parties, pizza, that used to be the go-to. Now here's the hot thing for Super Bowl parties, and I'm all on board with this.
That's what you normally say right before you're like, I'm not on board with this.
No, taco bar.
Oh, I'm on board.
Taco bar Super Bowl party.
Hundo P.
That's the ticket. It used to be pizza, like that was the thing. You'd get like, however many people you're coming over. Or wings. Yeah.
I love wings. That's like the one time a year where I'm like, I want wings, bone in.
And the other thing I'll say, beverages at a Super Bowl party.
Okay.
White wine is okay.
Oh, no other color.
You can't have red. That's what I'm saying. No. Don't show up to the Super Bowl party with like some Cab Sav and you're just like, because that's going to be a problem for.
I've got a question. Do you even do wine? I've never seen wine at a Super Bowl.
I have. Some people, I think it's just the older you get.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you go through stages, like in your mid-20s to mid-30s is if you go to a Super Bowl party with people of similar age, beard, Bud Light, and whatever else you're drinking. You get a little older, it's like, hey, we got this we got this mixed bourbon here. We got some white wine, and it's. I think it's an age. Oakiness. I think it's an age thing.
It is an age thing.
I don't like white wine actually, but I think it's appropriate for a Super Bowl party if you were going to have beverages.
At this point, you're having hot tea and I'm having coffee.
And you're a little over. You said you're a little over caffeinated.
We walked in and I said, I just want to give you a warning. I am for sure over caffeinated.
And the last thing I'll say, Super Bowl party don'ts. Don't get hammered. Don't be that person that gets just lit on a Sunday night. Just don't be that person. If you can't. If you can help it, don't be that person.
It's interesting to work. I'm not going to consider this a holiday, but it's kind of a holiday.
Yeah, it is.
Where it's like, ooh, there are two ways we look at this. People are either busy and they're going to stay out of trouble, or you get drinks involved, you get family involved. So like Christmas is a big one where you're like, typically Christmas should be quiet. You get drinks and family involved and like there will be a fight and we will hear it on the scanner. And
we do.
Be smart about your choices.
We do. So those are kind of my Super Bowl party do's and don'ts.
Robin said margaritas go nicely with a taco bar. Just go easy.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying... I think there should be an alcoholic selection for your guests that want to partake in a cocktail during the game. Just don't get smashed.
Yeah.
But taco bar is legit. It goes with everything too, because you got the taco bar, and then people like to bring. I don't like it, but the 7-layer dip.
I don't like
whatever it is, and so but it goes well. I think with like a taco bar thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just taco.
Is there a food that you don't like?
I don't like
that's a traditional. So you don't like the Super Bowl dip.
I don't like the 7-layer dip stuff.
I'm not a fan of the sweet hot dogs.
I don't like queso, so I'm not a queso guy. Like I don't want cheese dip. I don't like it, but I like a bean dip, but not. And I like a guac.
Guac is great.
But I don't
Superb.
like a cheese dip or anything like that. That'd be the food. And the other thing I don't like that's always like, I don't know if I just. So you don't like the little pigs in a blanket or whatever they are?
They're not pigs in a blanket. They're like, it's because I don't like it sweet. I don't like when people are like, oh, put the syrup on your bacon. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I don't like the hot dogs that they're like, put in the sweet sauce. I don't.
So you talking like a little smoky?
Yes, I don't like a little smoky.
Okay. What about crock pot of meatballs? That seems to be popular at every party.
Big one. I don't know why. I've never.
Just like meatballs in a crock pot.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm laughing because I did not read my dad's comment, and now he has rebrought it. He has replied to himself. So we were talking about the Super Bowl Shuffle, and he said, "Ask," which tells you me and my father are exactly the same. He said, "Ask Jeff to show us the Super Bowl Shuffle on air." And then when I didn't say that out loud, he replied to himself and said, "Dance, Jeff, dance."
Floyd, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the dance, which if I recall, and Floyd knows. I don't know why I'm saying it because he knows the Super Bowl Shuffle, but I know it's very simple. But what I do know I could pretty much still regurgitate that whole song.
Do it.
I don't not know.
That's why I'm like, oh, we're clearly the same because he knows that I say that all the. I'm like, do it. Just show us.
I know the song. You could still get the song on like Spotify. You could still.
You know that we're gonna get off the podcast and then you're gonna sing the song.
I am not actually. I'm going to refresh my memory by looking it up. But I used to know. I could probably still do it if I took.
You could 100% do it.
Probably could, but it would take me a beat to try to figure out. A lot of people knew that song though.
Yeah.
It was. I think it went I think it was number 1 or something. There's some weird deal, and the story behind it is I don't want to go into it, but they shot that, I guess, after they lost a game. They only lost one game that year, I think. And but yeah, interesting.
Interesting. Okay, where did that go? Sean said, I'm telling you, a beef burgundy and bean dip is always a hit.
Beef burgundy. What is that?
Like bougie nachos is what Sean said.
Okay. I got to be educated on some of this.
I don't know that
this finger food stuff because it's hard.
Do you prefer, because a taco bar is not a finger food?
No, it's not, but it could be. Here's the last thing I'll ask.
Okay.
If you're hosting a party, I think it's appropriate to let your guests know to go ahead and eat before you come, even though you're going to have food. Like, because some people will show up and they're like, I need my full-blown dinner. But really, it's snacks.
It's all snacks.
Yeah, but some people might, because it's weird because the Super Bowl starts at 5:30 when it kicks off, and some people show up, they get their party going at 4:30. So it's just communication. Communication is key.
Can I give a party foul?
Yeah.
Starting the Super Bowl party too early.
Yes.
It is going to be, I don't need to be there for 8 hours. I don't need to be there at noon or 1 and kickoff is at 5 or at 3 and kickoff's at 5. I don't need to be there.
Yep.
Don't invite me and then expect me to be there that early.
I think an appropriate time would be 5 p.m. to start. Like that would be, if I were throwing a Super Bowl party and kickoff's at 5:30, I'm like, hey, y'all show up at 5.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
And even like 5:15, I dabble in the 5:15.
I would do, well, if I say 5, most people be like, be fashionably late, 5:15.
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
Most people are at home and they're like, I'm not going out. I already made my Super Bowl plans. Mm-hmm. Do you do takeout? Like, because if you order pizza to have it delivered, you're waiting.
But that's the thing. That's why I go back to like that taco bar. Like, I think that's like, unless you were going to do like a bar. I think I've gone to a Super Bowl party where they brought in a bunch of barbecue, which was fine. That worked.
Yeah.
That worked.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I would do. I think you're rolling the dice if you're doing like a takeout or a catering or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like not as a party. It's just like, hey, we're watching it at home. There's only 3 of us, which you say is not a party.
It's not.
Whatever.
No, I don't think I would. I don't know. Maybe if it was like just 3, maybe I would DoorDash something. I don't know.
I do like you said something interesting last week, and it made me so excited all weekend.
What's that?
You said, I'm actually kind of excited to work on Sunday.
I am.
Because it's going to feel like we're having our own little Super Bowl party at work. Yep. Now, people are still, obviously our sports department is watching it. They have a show coming up at halftime. But I thought, oh my gosh, I am excited. And all of us are working. Like I've got a script to write. Raj is in there. We're all doing different things. But it's fun to kind of do it together.
It is. And it's not, we still have to wait an hour after the broadcast to actually get to do what we got to do tonight, which you may, if you stay up late, you might catch us at like 11:30 ish. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice to be around others because everybody that's in the building today, they're all excited. They're all kind of excited to be here.
Excited. Yeah.
Normally that's not the case on a weekend, but it's interesting. I picked up a ton of food too.
You did.
And some of it's still in the fridge, but I brought that in earlier today. We got just a ton of food, and so there'll be the folks that are working are going to be nice
well fed,
and it's going to be a good time.
We're super excited, and it's funny. I've watched a little bit of a shift in the environment of at least last week. People said I don't really care for either team. And now I feel like today people are excited to watch the Super Bowl. And I don't know if anybody else has seen that shift. But even in some of the comments that I'm seeing, like people are excited. Some people say they're excited or they're excited for commercials or they're excited for whatever. But people are still excited, which it's part of the fanfare. It's why I love it.
They've kind of created a narrative of a David versus Goliath type of situation. I mean, that's kind of the marketing behind the game is that you have the Seattle Seahawks. They're a 4.5-point favorite. They're the overwhelming favorite to win. You've got to have a good script. A good roster. Then you have the Patriots, the up-and-comers, the young quarterback. They haven't really played anybody this year. They had a very easy schedule. They're kind of the David. Seattle's the Goliath, and that's kind of how they're building this game up to give it a little bit of interest for the maybe the fan that doesn't really have a horse in the race.
Yeah.
So I know you're for Seattle.
Yes.
And I'd like to see a good game, but I just think Seattle. I mentioned that I like the Sam Darnold stuff.
Yes.
The quarterback for Seattle, who's had
How old is he?
He's actually not that old. You'd think he'd be a lot older, but he's not. He's just had such a turbulent first 5 or 6 years in the league. I would say he's probably 30 maybe.
Oh, but that's also for whatever reason it won't let me Google that on. It won't let me Google that on my work computer, and I didn't even Google the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson fiasco.
But I heard you talking about it, so it probably shut you out.
It probably said nothing for her today. Right. You're off.
All right. Well, we got about a minute left, and it's kind of been fun, and we're excited. Hope you guys are having a great time wherever you're going to be tonight. A lot of you I know had mentioned they're going to stay home and just chill. I think, if you give me a choice, I'd like to just
hang out
at home, low key
in the koozie.
In the koozie.
The quarter zip.
Yes, and my Dina koozie.
Yeah.
And just kind of hang out at home. I think if I had a choice to do, if you said, how do you want to spend the Super Bowl? That would be my preference.
That's cool, because instead you're going to be at work, and you're going to be in a suit and structured pants.
Going to get stuff. No, non-structured. These are not structured, right?
You're in work slacks. You're in a suit pants.
Is that structured pant, though? I thought a structured pant was something that was like...
No. Sweatpants.
That's fine. I don't mind structured pants.
Yeah. Robin said, thanks, guys. Have fun. Everyone stay safe. Make good choices. I echo what Robin said.
Please do.
Thanks for jumping on with us, guys.
Thanks for jumping on. Remember, live halftime double coverage. Asia Simone Smith, Michael and Mommy talking football for half an hour.
Absolutely. And we will be back on Tuesday. I did something over the weekend that I have not told you about yet.
Sucker.
But I'm so excited to tell you on Tuesday at 7:30.
I look forward to it. See ya. In a minute. Hold on. Okay, see ya.